Hello everybody and welcome back to an educational bird video to teach you how to care better for your birds. Today I have chosen the cat life and this is what's gonna stay. So I've noticed that a lot of people have been getting Quakers lately, and I just wanted to talk and expand more about the last video I made about Quakers and just get more into the detail about what it is about owning them, their personality, their diet, their needs, just in general. So this will be a very detailed video about owning a Quaker parrot and things that you need to know or you should know before deciding to own one, because like I always say, they're not easy birds to own. From every species of bird that I've owned, I've got to say they are the most temperamental, the most difficult to have, and I just feel like this needs to be talked about more because there are a lot of really cute videos of Quakers out there doing really funny things, talking, and you know, that normally motivates people to choose that bird in specific, but they don't really look into all the negative things that are most of owning a Quaker. Getting into their personality. The first one is that they are very moody birds. I mean this in the way that they can be 1 second cuddling, snuggling with you, and then the next they will literally bite you for no reason. Now, depending what kind of parrots you've owned and what kind of bite force you're used to, it hurts, but it's not as bad as maybe like a sun conure or a cake or anything larger. Their beaks are relatively small, but if you've, let's say, owned a cockatiel or a budgie, then their beak might probably hurt you. The second is that they're very territorial birds, and I don't mean a cute kind of territorialism like you've seen maybe Mango doing her little dance. I mean that they will lunge and chase you around until you are away from their territory. The other issue with this too is that because we let our birds out 24/7, they've kind of assumed everything in this household is theirs. Now, particularly their tree and their box is theirs, but there was a time before we got the box that Kiwi would claim territory over a door, a fridge, a table, and you couldn't even get near it because he just thought everything was his. So yes, territorialism can be a huge issue in Quakers, and people who don't know how to deal with it can end up wanting to rehome their bird because they don't know how to deal with it. They can't get near their bird. Sometimes you can't even change their water or their food. So it is important to know how to deal with that if you do plan to get a Quaker. 3 is an issue with overstimulation. Now, Quakers are very hyper playful birds and they need a lot of time and stimulation in order to maintain their activity. And one issue with Quakers and also cakes is that if they pass a threshold of getting excited and they get overstimulated, they turn that playful happiness into a very aggressive personality. So what I mean by this is that if we're playing with Kiwi or he's out, flying around and he gets too excited, instead of, dancing, chirping because he's happy, he'll suddenly start biting us, attacking us, and he'll just get very aggressive. It's important to kind of catch their body language before they get overstimulated and calm them down so that they don't get to this point. And if they do get to this point, then it is important to let them calm down or help them calm down. 4 is that they have seizure-like movements. Some people who don't know about this might think that their Quaker is sick, that something's wrong with them, that they might even be having a seizure. Now, a bird actually having a seizure is very different to these kind of little quakes that Quakers do have. Think of it as kind of like tics. So they will have like these jittery movements, maybe with their neck, with their body, and that is completely normal. That is just specific to them. 5 is that Quakers are able to talk. Now, I have said this before, Quakers are extremely smart birds and they can easily pick up words, and this doesn't mean that every single Quaker will learn to talk to the same extent like another Quaker, and some Quakers might not learn to talk at all, and that is completely okay. Like I say, you should never get a parrot because of its talking ability. You should get one because that is the parrot you want and the one that you're going to take care of. But yes, Quakers in general can learn to talk and say a few words. In particular, he's only a year old. He's gonna go to 2 and he knows how to say, what are you doing? What, why, no, yes, hi. He knows how to laugh, make kissy noises. And you know what? There's another Quaker parrot who is about the same age and knows how to say twice as much as vocabulary. And that's okay because it's just dependent on the bird and what they pick up, how repetitive you say things. Just keep that in mind so you don't have this like false expectation that your Quaker is going to learn to speak like some other Quaker that you've seen. Number 6 brings me to the point that they are incredibly smart. Like I've said, Kiwi, because he's smart, he's mischievous, and this causes him to know how to open things that I didn't know a bird could even learn. He knows how to open small little jars. He knows how to get into small areas or open small cracks to get in there. They're just very smart. They figure things out by observing, kind of like crows, and you will just have to be constantly keeping up with their pace of intelligence and trying to keep them safe from things. Also incredibly smart to the point where they know what they should not be doing or what they're allowed and not allowed to be doing, but they'll do it anyways, and they'll think it's funny, and they like to also, you know, tease you and aggravate you, and they'll purposely sometimes make you mad because they think it's funny, they think it's a game. So yes, they're very, very smart. Number 7 is that they love kisses. Now, this isn't some scientific fact. This is just based off of observation, but I have realized every single Quaker owner has a Quaker that is obsessive with kisses. They will come up to you and they will just beg for kisses, and they can just sit in front of you receiving kisses all day. I don't know what it is, but just warning you that your Quaker is probably going to want you to kiss them literally all day, and they can sit there all day receiving kisses and even give you kisses back, and it is something very cute about it. Number 8 is that they are little thieves. Now, I noticed Quaker parrots need a lot of little fake toys, you know, like kids' plastic cups, kids' plastic, like, utensils, just kids' toys. They really do like kids' toys. And they like to take it with them, steal it around, because they like to steal your things. I don't know why. Kiwi tries to steal my makeup brushes. He tries to steal our actual utensils, so we had to get him little plastic utensils. He tries to steal, you know, food off of places. He tries anything that he can pick up, he will try and steal it. So it is important to have many toys around the house, and kids' toys work just as fine with them as well. Just to keep them entertained so they're not stealing your thing. Number 9 is legality. Now, I've talked about this before, the fact that Quakers are illegal in some states of America. Now, we live in Canada, there's no issue here, but if you are in America, make sure that your state your state allows Quakers to be there, because otherwise the state will take away your Quaker or simply not allow you into the state if you have a Quaker. The reason for this is because there is this issue where 2 Quakers got loose and they multiplied like crazy, and now they are considered like pests. So maybe in your city you see pigeons and doves everywhere. Places like, for example, New York, you see Quakers everywhere. And because Quakers are aggressive, they're territorial, they do harass people a lot. Number 10 is that they are one of the few nesting birds, and this means that they might even try to build their own nest inside your house. I know Kiwi tried to collect various things to try and like kind of form a nest when we got Mango to present her like a home. He stopped doing that ever since we got him like the box, but just keep in mind, yes, they are nesting birds. Their natural instinct is to have a nest and have an enclosed space. And if you want more information about this in particular, because it is kind of a black and white subject a lot to people, but I find a gray area in between, you can check out my nesting video that I made about should you have a nesting box or not. Number 11 is that they are not great family birds. This does not mean that it's impossible to have them with families. If you do it properly, you can socialize your bird. He has a lot to say about that. We have socialized Kiwi to the point where he is good with my whole family. He will not be aggressive towards them, but he has a lot to say about this. But if you don't know how to properly do this, then it's not going to work out. They're going to attack random people. They don't like strangers. They do well bonding to 1, maximum 2 people. And if you do want to socialize them, it would be ideal either from young or after their puberty years end, because that's when they're most aggressive to just random people. They're just naturally not good family birds. Again, doesn't mean it's not impossible. I know a few people will be like, oh, my Quaker's great with my family. Then that's awesome, but it's just generally not. 12. Quakers will have a sudden personality change. Now, if you're getting a Quaker from a baby, they are cute little angels. You're gonna be like, oh my god, what were people talking about? Quakers are so sweet. My Quaker's so sweet to me. Not aggressive at all. Then bam, their first year hits, puberty hits, and they do a complete 180 change. They are aggressive, they're moody, they're hating you, they're territorial, they're biting you, they're attacking you. Their teenager years are very difficult, and it's something that you need to know, because this is one of the biggest issues with rehoming, where people get baby Quakers, they have a complete 180 change, and they don't know how to deal with them, and they give them away. Please keep in mind their puberty will be difficult, and it only lasts about a year. So after this year, they may stay moody. usually their personality stays like that. You might get lucky and get your sweet little Quaker back. We were very lucky. We got our sweet Quaker back as well. Just depends on their personality and their environment and how it's handled. Just be patient with them, give them lots of love, lots of care, and hopefully they go back to being sweethearts, but please do not rehome them. And if you think that this is something that you won't be prepared for, you won't be able to handle all the biting, all the angriness, sass, then consider another bird. And number 13 is that are very clingy. Yes, Quakers are great for bonding, for he laughs about it. They're great bonding birds. They're very clingy. They want to be with you all the time. They want to be close to you all the time. They want to interact with you all the time. So, like most birds, you will be needing to give a lot of attention to Quakers and let them be with you. They're, like I said, very hyper, very active birds. They need a lot of stimulation, a lot of attention, and a lot of playtime. Unlike cockatiels that want the kind of attention where they're just near you, Quakers want to play with you all the time. As for diet, like I say, please always get pellets over seeds. I recommend either the Supreme natural pellets for medium-sized birds, or I recommend Harrison, which is probably the healthiest of health brands. It's really great. We don't have it available here, but you can order it online and you can get that for your bird. There is for different cases, for if your bird is underweight, overweight, or just normal, needing specific health issues. Oh, they're talking over me. On top of pellets every single day, they will be requiring fresh chop as usual, like I say. For every single bird, they do need fresh vegetables and fruits, and sprouts are always a great addition as well. As well, if you want to look at my video about what a bird can and can't eat, Quakers do tend to very much enjoy sharing food with you and whatever's on your plate. Kiwi in particular loves chicken and pasta. Always great proteins for them, and it's just getting to know what they like, what they don't like. Try and avoid seeds and treats only for training tools. As for cage size, if you are getting a cage, you do want to get a minimum of 30 by 20 by 52 inches. I have a link of a cage recommendation down below and the article as well. And if you feel like you cannot afford this size of a cage, don't get the bird. Quakers do live between 30 to 35 years, so it is going to be a pretty long commitment. So please make sure that you are prepared for this, and this isn't a bird that you're just going to keep for 5 years and then rehome. Because again, this whole point is to prevent rehoming, to promote good care and keeping a bird for its whole lifespan and having a healthy life. Make sure that a Quaker fits your lifestyle, that you have the time to be able to keep up with their hyperactivity, and that you can provide for them all they need. Please make sure you have an avian vet nearby, that you have the money to be paying these avian bills and to be taking them for monthly checkups or just checkups in general for nail trimming. Keep in mind, Quakers themselves are relatively medium to expensive birds to get, and everything that comes with them is going to be expensive as well. So make sure that you are in a financially good spot, because there's no reason that you shouldn't be denying a Quaker anything for their benefit just because you didn't think ahead or plan ahead. I hope this video gave more insight on having a Quaker. Please check the article down below if you want any toy recommendations, cage recommendations, or just want to read the information about them. And leave any questions down below. If you have any questions, I will be answering them as well as I can. And please stay tuned for the next video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos by us, and check the links down below. Bye!